Are you tired of your generator noise? Evening comes, time to make dinner, fire up the generator. You'd like to sit down and watch your RV's television, but the generator noise is blaring it out. Are you ready for some quiet power? OUPES has the new Exodus 2400, part of the Exodus series. This is their latest offering. It's a good one. Check this out. OUPES just came out with this Exodus 2400. It's 2,232 watt hours of power, 2,400 watts on the AC, and 4,500 watt peak. This is a really capable unit, and it's in that size range that you could still pick up and move around, yet packs a big punch. It'll last a long time. I actually ran some tests on this, and I'll show you the results in this video. But basically, if you're running a 12-volt compressor refrigerator, if you're running an induction cooktop, if you're doing a lot of work on your laptop while you're on the road, this has got you covered. It'll also run a little heater. Now, I don't normally suggest running a heater with one of these, but this one's actually capable of doing some of that. To get started, just to cover some of the improvements they've made, this will take up to 1,400 watts when you're plugged into AC, charging this to 80% in just an hour and a half and fully charged in just 2 hours. So there's no more plugging in your power unit and having it take 8 to 12 hours to charge up. Fully charged in 2 hours. It'll also take 800 watts of solar. I know a lot of you already have a lot of solar on the roof of your RV. This will take 800 watts, and you don't need a solar charge controller. It's all built in. Those panels just plug directly into this power station. Another thing they've done is they've gone to 2 good handles where you can get your hands all the way around them. So the portability is a lot easier, and it's easier for 2 people to carry too. Let's talk about the individual details on this. Hot cup of coffee. Anyways, let's go over the details on this. So what kind of things can you run on this? Well, any electrical appliance really. It'll run my laptop for about 30 hours. That's about 3 or 4 work days, to me anyway. It'll run an induction cooktop for a long time. It'll run a regular hot plate, 1,000-watt hot plate for about 2 hours. That's a lot of cooking. It'll run a small heater for a couple of hours on low setting. I've run some tests on that. Like I mentioned to you, I'm going to show you what I came up with. For camping, any power tool, skill saw even. It'll run drills and a sawzall. It'll recharge all kinds of batteries, of course, for your tools and for your camera and for your drone, the things that we use when we're camping. It'll recharge that jump starter that you use to start your car in an emergency. It'll recharge all those power packs that you use for your phone and your camera when you're just out driving around. Or the Exodus 2400 is small enough you can just take it with you. And of course it'll run your lights, and like I mentioned, my refrigerator, I'd run a test on that and I had to give up because it was just going to last too long. I didn't have 7 days to hang out waiting for this thing to die. And on that test, I just want to clarify that my basement was 65 degrees and I wasn't opening the refrigerator, but it was going to go over 7 days like that. But in a real life scenario, like you're camping and it's 80 degrees during the day, 85 during the day, and it's like 50 at night, you can bet you're still going to get 4 days on that refrigerator. Even if you're opening it and getting a beer out and putting a beer in, it's going to last a long time. Let's look at the features on it. Top left, it's got 2 USB-C ports. These are PD 140 watt. I don't know of anybody else that's coming out with any of them that are this powerful. Most of them are 65 watt or 100 watt. These are up to 140 watts. It's got 4 quick charge ports. These are up to 3 amps. These are QC3s. So these are for fast charge of your phone. Over here it's got the typical 10 amp 12 volt AC accessory port, and down below that it's got the 2 5521 DC ports also. These are mostly used for lighting, but different kinds of equipment can plug into here. Down here you've got 4 20 amp outlets, and these are all pure sine wave, like it says right here, 2400 watts with a 4500 watt peak. So if you like plug a skill saw into that, circular saw, when you hit the trigger, it's not going to kick this off. It's just going to run it just fine. Here's a feature down here I want to tell you about. This is 2,232 watt hours. If you look on the market, you'll find that all, as far as I know, other power units of this size are 2,048 watt hours. So this is close to 200 more watt hours for a particular size. That amount of extra watt hours could run your 12-volt compressor refrigerator for a whole nother day compared to other power stations on the market. It has a boost mode on it for heating appliances like a hot plate or a heater or something like that. If you plug something like that into this and it draws more than the 2400 watts, this will automatically go into boost mode and it'll continue to run that heating appliance but at a lower wattage. It does that automatically. On older power stations, you used to have to go in and decide to turn on boost mode. This recognizes it and does it automatically. And that's good on any kind of appliance that heats. It's not good for electronics. Like, you wouldn't want to plug some big expensive piece of electronics into this that draws more than the 2400 watts because that might damage it, but it's designed for heating appliances. Now, this is a LiFePO4 battery. Those are the ones that are safe from catching fire, and it's got 3,500 or more cycles that you can put on it, and after that it'll slowly go down to about 80% capacity, but after that you continue to use it. It just doesn't charge up to 100% anymore. But 3,500 plus cycles, that's a lot of cycles. It's also got a 5-year warranty. They just went from 3 years to 5 years for the Exodus 2400. You know, compare this to a generator with all its noise and maintenance and oil changes and the fuel that you got to keep buying, and then you store it for the winter and you take it out in the summer and the carburetor is plugged up and you got to take it off and clean it out. This and a couple of nice solar panels, you don't have to worry about that. Now, I mentioned that it'll charge at 1400 watts on AC, charge this up completely from dead in only 2 hours, and it'll take up to 800 watts of solar. You can combine those for 2200 watts of input and charge this up in about an hour. So that'd be really fast if you had those both available. And the fact that it can charge in just 2 hours on a AC outlet from being absolutely discharged totally, that means like during rolling blackouts, you can plug this in and get it up to charge in a hurry. Or if you see a storm coming to your area and you take this out of storage and you've been storing it at like 60 to 80%, from 60 to 80%, you can have this charged up to full in, just a fraction of an hour maybe before the storm hits. That's also good to know. And the charge rate on this has 2 settings. It'll either charge at 700 watts from your AC outlet or at 1400 watts. They generally recommend that you keep it at the 700 watt setting unless you need to fast charge it. It prolongs the battery life. And the charging connections are on the back. This is where the AC cord plugs in. And then right here is an Anderson connector. These are very, very common. And your solar panels plug right into here. The other thing that's over here is a circuit breaker. So if you're overloaded accidentally or something, this is going to pop back here and you just push it back in again. It's got Bluetooth, and OUPES has really upgraded their Bluetooth connectivity and their app. It works very well. You can turn this on and off remotely, check on the battery level, check how much it's putting out at any given time. It works really well. The standby AC inverter draw is only 27 watts on this. That means if you've got a household refrigerator plugged into this and the refrigerator's on, it's drawing power, and then the refrigerator shuts off, this is only drawing 27 watts in the meantime till the refrigerator comes back on again. This is the power button here. Just push and hold for 3 seconds and it comes on. Your DC power button is over here. That turns on this side here. There's another DC power button over here to turn on this side, and your AC power button is down here. After you push the button, it takes a couple seconds for the AC to turn on. You can actually hear it click, and then the AC is on. It's got this IoT button up here. You push it and hold it, and while it's blinking, you can connect your Bluetooth app to it. You can see the screen has got large letters on it. It's easy to read. Over here is how many hours it'll go just sitting here right now because I don't have any power, anything plugged into this. So it shows you how long it'll run. Over here is the percentage. Around the percentage here are these blue segments that also indicate how much time you got left. Over here is the output, what's going out, and it also shows input if you happen to have solar coming in. And to turn it off, just push and hold, and it'll say off. That's it. You can hear the cooling fan inside. Comes on real strong for a moment, then it goes down. It's not very loud. It is when it first comes on. Or if you're charging it on full bore, you know, you've got it on fast charge, 1400 watts, yeah, that cooling fan comes on and makes some noise. But it's got to keep the battery cool. That's what's protecting your investment. Now, I've mentioned heater a couple of times in this video, and I never talk about heaters and power stations in the same sentence, but this one actually handles pretty well. Maybe you don't have a nice propane furnace like we have here, or you don't have a diesel heater in your van or your trailer or your RV, whatever you have. When you get up in the morning, you might like to warm it up a little bit inside. Well, this will handle that. So this is a little 1500 watt heater. On the lowest heat setting, it's putting out about 700 watts. And this is actually fine for my little 6x10 cargo trailer or a van, or if you've got a Class B RV or something like that, that would be fine. You can actually turn this up again. It'll go up closer to 1,000 watts, I believe. Well, right now it's going up to 13. It's going to settle back in again though. So right about 1,000 watts. This runs it. This will actually run this on the highest setting. You can hear the fan kick on here. Jumps up to about 1,500 watts and then it settles back in. Over 1,200 watts, about 1,200, 1,250. It runs it just fine. Now at that setting, it'll run this for about an hour and a half, I guess. Something like that. You know, you're not going to get 2 hours out of it. This is a 2,232 watt hours, and on AC it's good for 86%. That's really good. I just mentioned 86%. So when I ran the test on this heater, which you're seeing right now, when it comes to power stations like this OUPES Exodus 2400, the first thing that comes to mind is how long it'll run your equipment. And this is a camping channel, so what we're going to do is actually run a 12-volt compressor refrigerator and see how long it'll run it. And we're also going to run a 110-volt heater from this because you might just want to use this to run a small heater to warm your RV up in the morning when you're getting dressed or something like that. And it would be nice to know just how long it'll run that heater. So let's get started. Let me show you what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to run that 12-volt compressor refrigerator, and we're going to do this in my house because if I used it camping right now, the nights are going down into the 30s, so it wouldn't be a fair evaluation of how long it would run the refrigerator. So we'll do it here in the house where the temperature is about constant 65 degrees here. Now what I've done is I've taken the refrigerator and I put jugs of water in it a couple of days ago, and I have it set on 37 degrees. So here's the refrigerator. It's a bodega. It's about a 55 quart. You can see I've got the water inside. It's been like this for a couple days. And over here you can see that right now it's sitting at 38 and 40 degrees for the two compartments. You can see right now it's at 100%. Turn the DC on, and away we go. Well, it's exactly 24 hours later, and you can see we've just used 14%. That means it would take like 7 days to finish running this test. So we're going to stop this test. I don't have 7 days to spend on this. Now, granted, I haven't been opening this refrigerator up like you would normally use. If you're using it every day, you'd be in there several times a day anyway, and that would let warm air in. Also, it's only 65 degrees here in the basement. Let's do something else where we can measure what this is capable of putting out. What I'm going to do is charge this back up to 100%, and we're going to hook a heater up to it and see how many watt hours we can get out of it. We'll just turn this all the way up on high. I can feel the heat just cranking out of that heater like crazy. All right, we'll just let this go and see how many watt hours we get out of it. This is the watt meter right here. When the test was done, I got 1,920 watt hours out of this unit. Where did the other couple hundred watt hours go? Well, it went to run the inverter and run the fan, and that's normal. But that comes out to 86%. I've never had a unit test that high before. I've had units test 83%. Most of them come in around 75%. This ran 86% efficiency on the AC side, and that's excellent. Now on the DC side, if you're running just something off of the DC outlets here, you're going to get 95% or better even, because it's not running in an inverter. Other features, I got the list out here. I already told you about the battery and everything. Its weight is 45.2 pounds or 20.5 kilograms. The measurements on it, I'll give it to you metric first. It's 457 millimeters by 270 millimeters by 310 millimeters. And for us people, it's 17.99 inches, 18 inches, by 10.63 inches by 12.2 inches. So that's, let's see here, that would be the long distances here. This is 18 inches by 10.63 inches by 12.2 inches high. Now at 45 pounds, it's not a lightweight. OUPES has put in a bigger inverter, and they put in a bigger charger, so it's heavier, but it's got these two nice handles on it, like I mentioned, for toting it around. And last but not least, it comes with its power cord, and you'll notice that there's no brick, just a cord that plugs directly into the side. It comes with the car charger here, because you can charge it from your car. It just takes a while. So it comes with the cigarette lighter plug that plugs into your cigarette lighter of your car, and the Anderson plug on the other side. And it comes with the MC4 connectors to a solar panel to Anderson plug to go in the back of the unit. It comes with these things. And beyond that, it comes with a really good instruction manual, really good online support too, and of course a warranty card, 5-year warranty. So of course you want to know about pricing. The suggested retail price is $1,499, but right now on Amazon, just for a limited time, there's a 50% off coupon there on the Amazon page, bringing the price down to $749. On top of that, put in the Gonagain discount, GONA 2400, and it brings the price down to $675. If you check on the market, you're going to find out that's a really good price on a piece of high quality gear. Now, I've been working with OUPES now for years. They've got excellent customer support and a very high quality product. And about that customer support, OUPES now has an online forum. I'll put a link down below, and where you can get on and ask any questions or get help with warranty work. And there's a OUPES representative right there online to help you immediately. You can also call them at their phone number. But if you read that forum, you'll find that the customers are very satisfied. They're getting excellent support. Great product, great price. If you're looking for something like this on the market, check out the OUPES Exodus 2400. We'll see you around.